Let's see if we can leave the ground and go to our second game of the day here in Kiev. And yep, we are up and we are in the southeast, heading northwest.
I love this stage.
Yeah, it's amazing.
Very beautiful stage.
Ghost are out first.
Yeah, that's actually that makes sense. I think the first game I think the plane came from Campo Militar all the way down to Valle de Mar, and they didn't quite get to where they want to get to, which is Puerto Paraiso.
Yeah.
I think they just realized that Tierra Bronca was free, so they just went there instead of trying to get cars and travel all the way down to Puerto. They just stayed where they wanted.
Good decision, to be honest.
Yeah.
Genji is going to go from Pala, obviously. M19 alone in Los Leones, that's a lot of looting down. You can kind of lose yourself into looting too much, maybe, when you don't share it. But they're splitting out, so they're going to be looting. They're going to be looted out of their minds.
Let's find out with Porosaurus and Esquire, see if XG can get the second game of the day, whether Knights can go one better and take it, or is somebody else going to get the 225 for coming first.
Thank you very much, Matt Hayes and Avenger. What a very insightful analysis, not only for game number 1, but also the drops coming in for game number 2. But welcome back, viewers. Here we are, our second out of 5 games here for today. We're back on Miramar. I am Phil Esquire Stewart, joined here once again by Mike Navarro, Porosaurus.
Yes, and we have our first circle popping, and it is about as far south as you can get on this map and centralized. So that plane path, for being as southernly and a little bit inconvenient for those teams that like to go loot in the north, is looking pretty good for those teams that just dropped in south. The Los Leones M19 especially going to be feeling pretty good about things.
Yeah, I mean, these are one of the circles, the extreme circles that we see on Miramar, which really rewards those central drops. I mean, you're not going to be too far out of the circle, probably on that northern side of the circle, but if you landed on the northern side of Miramar, Poro, you are going to hate that transition that's ahead of you, because not only are cars hard to find on Miramar, but driving over the terrain is a hell of a beast.
Absolutely. You see M19 finding themselves all by themselves as Victory 5 actually getting involved with MVP, fighting over this motorcycle. I'm not sure what happened here. Landrin gets taken very, very low, but he does come out of this with a motorcycle for himself. And MVP Siege just all by himself on the receiving end of I think were they punching for it?
Yeah, I mean, I don't know what was going on there, but he also exhibited some wonderful motorcycle skills. I mean, coming off that mountain, hitting those divots and everything. Poro, I got to say that a majority of PUBG players would have crashed that bike, flipped it, and been taken down and out. I mean, that's just what happens with the bicycle on PUBG. Back over here in the Valle del Mar area, Navi, this is going to be their home. Their bread and butter, it seems, for the Miramar matches, and I think they're going to be at least happy with that. Certainly, they don't have too far to go with the southern circle.
No, absolutely. They have a nice rotation here. They're nicely set up for them. They don't have to worry about going north. They don't have to worry about going through Knights or Tainted Mines. They have the whole southern coast to themselves to work with. So this is shaping up to be a very nice little circle for Navi. As we see now Divine getting their loot on. Not sure where they are. I kind of lost them on the map here. Well, it doesn't matter. You can see Tainted Mines now also looting up here near Monte Nuevo, but they are going to have to make a little bit of a transition here towards the northwestern side of this circle. And if these maps, if the rotations play out the way the map looks like they're going to play out, they could be have a lot of company there in that northwestern part of that circle.
Yeah, certainly they might see some action as they make their way around Miramar, but kind of just popping around the map right now, getting an eye on every team's drop locations. Pretty similar to what we saw in game number 1. No real changes to be had there. I think everyone was kind of happy with their drop locations. Not a lot of early contests or early engagements popping off either.
Well, you say that, but if we look up at, if you take a look at the map and you look up at El Pozo, you see MVP has kind of claimed El Pozo to themselves, and Optic has found themselves kind of scattered around the edges of El Pozo, kind of getting a little, not some prime loot there. So you kind of wonder if maybe Optic got forced off of their preferred drop location of El Pozo, and they're now forced to kind of loot everywhere else around it. Either way, they are very split up right now. They are all solos. They are going to have to transition and reconnect at some point, but that is a long, long travel path for them to take. You see Victory 5 already hopping into vehicles, finding new places to go, trying to get into this circle. X Quest as well is finishing up looting in Minas. Minas Generalis.
That's right. Our first place team from game number 1, Poro. These guys are going to be looking to extend that lead here in game number 2 and certainly the remaining games today. But another team that was doing pretty well before they got caught out in a wide open ravine is going to be Ghost Gaming. We can see McCoy's in the buggy. He's going to be rotating around this eastern coast, taking the bend around that southern edge, going to be making their way into the circle. And this is a good path for them to be taken here. Not a lot of teams to contest this entryway onto the eastern side.
Absolutely, and it looks like they Balak a little bit left behind here. You don't like seeing teams transition too far into circle all by themselves. They do have McCoy kind of going a little bit farther down the road to see if anybody is there. Of course, we can see that nobody is just yet, but Navi has started their transition in, and Pokemaladoy in the lead for them. Divine as well has found himself, Levis has found himself kind of in between players from Navi as everybody kind of making their way on this southern route.
Yeah, the transition's to be had right now, but here comes Vegas Kid. He's going to be spotting out one of the players of Tainted Minds, taking whatever shots he can. Not able to find the extreme connections, the fatal connections, but certainly putting a little bit of pressure, a little bit of the fear of God behind Extreme 2G.
Yeah, Kibby the Slayer now playing for Vega. Ooh, wait, what?
We're going swimming, Poro.
Levi's getting a little bit scared there of Pokemaladoy. It looks like Poke might have popped off the bike, taking a few shots at Levis, and he is in the water. He's all by himself. The rest of his squad still very, very far away from him.
Pokemaladoy is looking for the vehicle right now. I don't think he knows it's submerged in the water, but I think he's starting to realize that that's probably the route that that player ended up taking.
Well, that is really unfortunate for Levis. But you know, if you're Pokemaladoy, how long are you really going to stay around here and try to spot this out? You want to get to your preferred location for this first circle. You don't want to spend and waste a whole lot of time looking for him. But at the same time, that's 7 points.
That is 7 points exactly, Poro. But look at the crate that player from Divine Levi's might be able to pick up if he continues to swim in the water. Certainly that crate's going to be drawing some attention from the boys of Navi. But back over here, Gen G, Simson, going to be driving in that Murado, that beautifully sounding car. Gen G going to be trying to make a better push here in game number 2. Such a dominant force in game number 1, but weren't able to extend it past that 4th place position, I believe, where they went out. Or no, 3rd place position, excuse me, Poro.
And Tainted Minds again finding themselves at the end of a bullet. This time it's from Knights, Texas, as Juxi is going to find his way up the hill. The shots are going to land, but oh, they're not going to be able to finish him off. But Subslayer and Juxi both at half health right now, as Texas waiting for Voxic to come join him. Maybe give him a little bit of support, maybe get a little pickup. But they have a little bit of a ways to go to get into the circle still, as we see now Tainted Minds. Looks like the other 2 members of Tainted Minds, they think this is where they want to call home for right now. I'm not sure if they got vision onto Method or not, but either way, no shots coming out just yet. These guys are just going to go ahead and set up for shot 4 now.
Yeah, exactly, Poro. And as you can see on the map, 2 of the members of Tainted Minds have Knights pushing down on them from the north, and then the other 2 members of that 2-2 split that Tainted Minds is currently employing, they've got to worry about the members of Method off to their east. But this circle is such a hard circle for these guys to be working with for the teams that landed in the north. These rotations are already being made. We saw some teams make the very fast rotations, specifically Ghost Gaming off of that eastern edge.
Yeah, X-Quest now making their way in. After finishing up at Minas Generalis, coming into the northeastern side of the circle. Shots are now coming out from Method onto Tainted Minds. Nothing really landing just yet. This is the split, the 2-2 split that Tainted Minds has going on right now is not. It's not the best. It's not a great 2-2 split here. Usually, if you have a 2-2 split, you want to be able to provide support to the other 2 members of your squad.
Exactly.
And kind of create little crossfires here, but you can see they're so far apart here, and they have a really nice location in between them in that church that has kind of remained unclaimed so far. But right now we can see Ghost has found their home in the southern part of this circle, pretty close to center actually as well.
Yeah, and McCoy's actually going to be popping off some shots down to the southeast, possibly spotting out a threat, just sending them away, putting a little bit of pressure, letting them know, hey, there's a team here. You guys don't want to roll up on us because we will return fire onto whatever vehicles come our direction. Welcome to South George, going to be making the rotation now down from the north over to the south. They've got a few teams following up behind them. I believe that's MVP coming off of that northern edge as well. But the continuing rotations happen, and here it is. Knight's going to be taking advantage of the 2-2 split that Tainted Minds is currently employing, able to get a quick knock on the Subslayer, but Texas dropped down once again very low.
Yeah, Subslayer hopping out, trying to scare Texas away. He got a lot of shots into him, but the down coming in as well. So Knights protecting their scout very well here. And now it looks like Texas, it looks like Knights might be actually wanting to push this.
Yeah, I mean, this would be totally in Knights' favor right now, having the numbers against this 2-2 split. I mean, currently Subslayer's down, so it's just Jukesy in that building. Able to get the res on the Subslayer, but he's going to need to use some of those very, very limited meds that he was able to pick up so far in game number 2 to get that health back. And we see they've almost fully recovered off of this engagement, and now we're going to begin to rotate out of here. Certainly, this is the time to meet up with your other 2 teammates.
Yeah, Texas looks like he's going to go ahead and back off of that. Meanwhile, Team 17 going to try to make their way in. They are taking a few stray shots from Alpaca, but looks like they're just going to go ahead and keep on trucking along this western edge of the circle. They do need to worry a little bit about Welcome to South George and Optic, who is just in front of them. It looks like they might be trying to rotate south, and oh my gosh, the southern route, the southern long rotations here from these squads are coming in full play. The northern side of the circle is actually really empty.
Yeah, really empty. However, there are a few teams, though, up on the north, specifically MVP as well as Team 17, that need to make their way in if they don't continue to rotate around the western sides of that circle. Oof. But here we have Balak able to get a quick knock on a Smitty from Team Secret, takes him down and out. That's going to be Secret working with only 3 players, our first blood of game number 2.
And that's a good play by Balak there. He managed to go up. He was scouting a little bit to see if there was anything in the compounds around him. He got vision on a player, got the down, got the kill, and got the hell out of Dodge before the rest of that squad showed up to kind of take advantage of him. Rejoins his squad. You can see Ghost really holding down their area, making sure that nobody comes anywhere near them. And we are going to get a crate pickup here for Mr. Vega, Kemba 7.
Yeah, Vega's going to love what he's picking up here. He's got a full level 3 kit. He's got the med kit, the suppressor, and the gun to boot. I mean, certainly the type of care package. Oh, and, you know, let's throw a ghillie suit in there. You know, why not? Let's just give Kemba
the best Christmas ever.
Yeah, let's give him everything in the crate that's possible, and he is going to absolutely be loving it. Over here, though, to M19. Still 4-man strong, but we can see some shots coming in onto this compound, possibly from Team Secret, the 3-man strong squad, rather, who we saw Smitty go down just a minute ago to Ghost Gaming. These guys are going to be in a bit of a poke battle, just trying to throw shots back and forth, but then coming up on this edge is going to be Genji.
Yeah, small compound for M19 to work with here. They are going to go ahead and hop into vehicles and find somewhere new, but they are dead center of the next circle now that it has popped. You can see Optic finally coming in from this southwestern edge. Team 17 also opting, instead of going to that northwest, still going to go ahead and rotate around, but Divine is going to get a shot in down and a kill onto Valiate. That is bad news for Optic, as they are just trying to rotate, trying to find somewhere to call home, and they still have already lost 1 player.
Yeah, Valiate, one of the newer acquisitions for Team Optic. I mean, certainly not what you want to see. Valiate is such a strong player, and now Optic is going to have to adjust their strategy and play off of this, but it looks like they're kind of stopping. They need to be careful because Navi is right to their east, and if they heard these shots, they're going to be looking down right onto Levi's position.
Yeah, it looks like Navi is, you know, they smell blood in the water. They got Hetror in vision. They see him coming, but it looks like actually they're going to go ahead and pull off of this. So kind of surprising to see from Navi. You know, this is a team that we're used to seeing play hyper aggressive, yet this time it looks like they're going to go ahead and pull off of this. I mean, they are in circle. They have this squad right on top of them, but yet they are going to go ahead and try to find a different place to take the fight, I guess. Not really liking the sight lines for where they're at currently.
Yeah, I mean, it's not a bad call. They didn't have a lot of hard cover to utilize if they got into a full-on squad engagement. And so being able to kind of recognize when you need to retreat, when you need to engage is something that all strong teams currently in PUBG competitive scene have been able to recognize, and Navi exhibiting that beautifully right there.
Absolutely. It does not look like they have given up on this fight yet at all. It just looks like they're trying to reposition, trying to find if they can get a little vision here. Pokemolidoid coming down this hill, trying to see if he can get an angle. I think he got a little bit of vision of Hypoc there as he was crossing the street, but Poka needs to be very careful. If he goes down, he is in a position where he may not be rezzed. That should be him going down, but he does find Bahawaka. He does get the down, does get the kill, and that's going to be one less player up for Optic. Poka now pulling back, going to rejoin the rest of his squad mates as Hypoc and Hetror are left to figure out what they need to do here to keep Optic alive in this game.
Yeah, beautifully played right there from Na'Vi. They saw that Optic was totally confused, totally had their attention drawn away by Team 17 rotating around that southern edge, that southern coast here of Miramar, and this is all they have to do. Now Uba going to be coming up with some shots on the Hypoc, takes him down, has the thirst, and Hypoc is going to be out for game number 2. The other members of Optic trying to figure out exactly where these shots are coming from, trying not to get pinched, just trying to look up this hill. Here's Hetror, the only player left from Optic. Optic looking like they might be going out in 16th place unless Hetror has something different to say about it.
This has just gone from bad to worse for Optic. He does have a little bit of a ridgeline to work with here. Na'Vi, you can see they're swarming. They want to get this final kill. They want to get the wipe on this squad, but Hetror, fortunately for Optic, has a little bit of can work a line of sight here and stay out of Na'Vi's vision and try to get into this next circle and at least stay alive a little bit longer. Try to get those placement points that Optic so desperately needs if they want to come in the top 8 in this first round of play here.
Yeah, absolutely. Another fight that was sort of priming itself. We were just looking at, we'll have to pop back over there, see if anything develops, but back over here to Na'Vi Hill. That's what we're going to call it, Poro, because they are just using this hill, all the different sightlines so well, and putting a world of hurt on the specifically Optic, who was trying to rotate in off of that western edge. But Na'Vi now rotating off of that engagement themselves, going to be trying to get a better position, trying to get some information as this circle will be closing.
And the circle is about to pop, and we are going to see where we are going to go next. There's a decent spread of players everywhere, and it's going to go hard northeast. That is bad news bears for all those teams in the south. We're going to see a lot of rotations come in here very shortly, and it is about to get extremely bloody if I had to place a guess here, Esquire.
Yeah, I mean, we're at the 16-minute mark, Poro. This is about the time on Miramar where things start to get a little bit chaotic, and yeah, we're going to see that right now. Welcome to South Georgia in a 2-2 split in the center of this circle. Going to be spotting out Bachelin, and they're going to be thirsting onto him, taking him down off of that bike, and he will be going down in just a matter of seconds if they can continue to get these shots. A little bit of a defilade providing cover for Bachelin right now, but his teammate's not nearby. He's going to be going down and out. But here, up here on the hill, is going to be Tainted Minds looking down. They hear all of this chaos. Can Welcome to South George fend off this pressure coming from the north if they actually get turned on?
And Secret actually running into M19, the rest of M19, while Batulin was busy killing himself and not giving that kill away to any other squad. The rest of his squad mates going ahead and picking up kills onto Secret. So Constantine, you can see they are holding down this area as well as they can. You can see Tainted Minds just off to the northwest have vision over this. They're looking across. They're seeing if they can see anything, maybe get some cheeky shots across, but nothing coming in just yet as the rest of our teams in the southern part of the circle are now starting to make their way in. Going to get a little bit dicey here for some of these guys.
Yeah, exactly. Tainted Mind's going to be taking out Fiend from Secret. Secret's just been in a world of hurt so far this game, and they lost Smitty early on. He was the first blood of the game, taken down by Ghost Balak, I believe, and now just finding themselves being connected on once again by another different squad. But here it comes. Divine JJ Leo going to be rolling up in the compound where another squad is currently lying in wait. But the shots from Na'Vi continue to come out. Na'Vi is the story of the game so far, at least in the early game of Miramar. They've been able to put out a world of hurt onto these teams trying to rotate in. And Hetror is still off his edge trying to make his own way in. A lot of teams rotating past him. Here comes Genji with a far rotation around the western side of the circle, going to be eating some of that blue damage in favor of an easy entry.
Unfortunately for Hetror here, he has got a long way to go. But what is Chilate just kind of hanging out here?
Yeah, he's just kind of sitting there. And Hetror knows this too.
Hetror could pick this kill up so easily and find himself a vehicle, but he doesn't know. He doesn't know that he's actually safe for this. Oh no, Kemba 7 has gone down with all the goodies from that crate. Looks like we have a little bit of technical. Nope, there we go. We're back in. Sorry about that. Divine still finding a way around, but they have Team 17 right on top of him. Show is going to get the down onto JJ Leo. And meanwhile, the flank's coming in from Shocks and QMCC. The Levi's going to go prone. Jet still trying to find out where these shots are coming from. Shock's now the last remaining player up for Team 17. He's going to spray it down, but no, it's not going to be enough. And Divine staying alive for now. One player left for Team 17. He is not around to be a part of this carnage. The reses are going to come in for Divine, and that is 3 kills for this squad. And Team 17, a team that made it very far into our first round, is going to go down early.
Yeah, I mean, their only other player is so far north. There is no chance in hell that that player is going to be able to get these reses onto his teammates. But back over here at the Na'Vi compound, Uba is going to be dropped as Gen G is currently rotating around them on the vehicle. Simson going to be dropped out of his Murado. It's on fire. He can't get back in it. He's going to blow it up, give himself a bit of safe hard cover to hide behind in case he needs to get that cover, get away from some of these shots popping off. And as we can see, Uba did get dropped down. Pokemolodoid, Drainus, and Shade going to have to continue on as a 3-man squad.
And Gen G taking some serious losses right now in this rotation and find themselves going through the center of a valley of death as they are now down to just 2 players as Welcome to South George and Vega Squadron just collapsing on both of them. Welcome to South George. Looks like they have the down onto Chilator, but he's going to go ahead and get rezzed by Loki. So maybe Gen G still up with 3, but unfortunately they did lose 1 player in that transition. The new circle has popped. Is going to go a little bit more towards the northeast. So all these teams from the south are just smacking their heads against the screen, saying you're going to go south so far in the first circle, and it's going to hard north push every single time after that. Oh my God.
Exactly. True to form to PUBG, but here comes Check Shooter, the only remaining member of Team Secret, rolling up onto Navi's compound, and Pokemolodoid is going to be able to find him and take him down and out in 16th place.
That is bad news bears for Team Secret as they go out in 16th. Vega, Maxazor slowly creeping onto this compound. I think he is fully aware that there are players inside here, but Welcome to South George do not seem to be aware of Maxazor's presence just yet, as Larson still running around freely, looking out every single window except the one that shows Maxazor. Oh, so very close, and no, he's not going to see him.
Ooh, and I think just as we hopped away, I think Larson was hopping out of that second-story balcony, so we might have to keep an eye on what's popping off there. But McCoy is going to be dropped from M19, just trying to hide on this bit of hill that he has, trying to get some information out to his teammates. But there it is, XMPL with a beautiful SLR, going to find the connections onto McCoy, dropping him down and out. 15 teams remaining, 46 players alive, 21 minutes and 30 seconds here into game number 2. And as we mentioned just a matter of minutes ago, Poro, this is when the beef of the action of Miramar starts to erupt.
Absolutely, and MVP is holding down this area right now, taking shots at anything that comes near them, getting shots at everything in passing, and Drainey's is getting taken very, very low. That's going to be the vehicle going as well. So Na'Vi, they are still alive, but they are stuck out in the middle of a wide open area. They're going to try to go get the smoke down, but no, that's going to be Voxic getting the down onto Drainey's, and that's going to be bad news for Na'Vi as Shade 1 and Pokemolodoid are trying to push Knights here from the other angle.
Ooh, and as we are watching this, Victory 5 tries to rotate through here. Little Lee and LSN are going to be knocked out of that vehicle just storming on fire into the compound that the 4-man strong squad of Knights are currently holding, but they need to be careful. Navi's 2 members, Shade 1 and Pokemolodoid, are going to be pushing off of that eastern edge, but oh, Shade's going to be taken down and out. Voxic finds the knock, and then Krema finds the full kill. So Knights just poising themselves in this compound to try to push further and further into this game. I mean, they had a beautiful second place finish in game number 1, Poro, but they want more than that.
You can see Knights not wanting to push this. They are going to pull the grenades out. They got the down. They want to finish off the kill. Pokemolodoid going to go ahead and try to get the res off. He does get it, but he is under fire right now from somewhere. I'm not sure just where. The grenade is going to come out from Drayden. Where will it end? Is it going to get close enough? Yes, it will. That's going to be Shade 1 going down, and they are going to push this now. The smoke comes out. Pokemolodoid going to try to get an angle here, trying to come from a way that maybe Knight's not expecting him to, but Krema is going to peek across. Oh, he peeks across the hill, but he's not going to get the vision as the smoke is going to protect Na'Vi for a little bit longer.
Yeah, that was a beautiful smoke coming out from Pokemolodoid, trying to get the res onto his teammate Shade. He retreated out of the smoke as soon as the spray bullets started to come into that vicinity, but it looks like he's able to stick the res on the Shade right before he bleeds out, and they are going to be walking away with 2 men strong. They just need to res up. They need to get that meds going, and then they need to rotate out of that position.
And now Balak finding himself in a very tough position. Will he get the... No, that's going to be Ghost going out in 14th. Not a place where you want to see them, as Na'Vi still managing to stay alive here. The smokes keeping them alive for now. Knights not wanting to push this in case they get third party by another squad. You know, MVP was just just to the west here, and now MVP actually having to leave the compound where they have been holding court for quite some time. They are going to have to move and get into this next circle.
Ooh.
But the shots are going to come out. Poker going to go down again, this time to MVP.
Yeah, it wasn't the threat that he thought would be putting out the shots onto him. Instead, it was MVP a little bit further off from this position over to the west, team number 6 on your map currently. But all around the map, teams are still trying to compete, trying to vie for these higher placements on the leaderboard. Maxizor from Vega just hiding inside of this security shack. Larson and Vard right next to him, but aren't able to spot him out. But Maxizor going to be moving out himself. He hears the shots from Vard. He spots out Vard and will be having the knock.
Gets one of them. Can he get both? No, he can't. Larson landing the shots when it counts, managing to get that kill, and he should be able to stick the res onto Vard. Meanwhile, across the map, his teammate is also down, so Gaxi might be able to get the res onto Miracu. They do have to get this done pretty quickly as the circle is pushing in right behind them.
Yeah, circle is closing 1 minute and 40 seconds until it is done with its close here, and these players will have to find themselves in yet again another zone. Navi Shade just continuing to hide down on this hill. He doesn't want to get spotted out. Pokemolodoy was res. He was able to recover the health, and now he's going to be pushing up onto this compound currently. But here comes MVP rolling on to Victory 5's compound. Landry just trying to hold off this push, but a 1v4 situation. It's going to be extremely difficult for him to do.
Landry running around had nothing he could do, nowhere he could go, and that's actually going to be it for Pokemolodoy. Pokemolodoy tried to get clever with the flank, but he was spotted out immediately by Knight. So now Shade 1, the last remaining player up for Navi. He is barely in circle, but everybody knows where he is.
Yeah, very interesting. Knights are engaged with 2 different teams right now. They're also engaged with Gen G. So trying to just control this fight, trying to control these angles is going to be very difficult for Knights if they don't continue to get these knocks and kills, but they're doing just that. So I think Knights are going to be sitting in a pretty good position as they continue on here in game number 2. But here comes Gen G's Loki rolling up in the smoke right next to one of the members of Team 17. 47 Gamer going to be spotted out by Loki and dropped out of the game. 11th place for Team 17.
He saw it out of the smoke. He saw those little feetsies. He said, give me them toes, and he got the shots. He got the kill, and he's going to make his way into this circle as M19 finding themselves on the edge as well, getting pinned here by Tainted Minds, getting gate kept a little bit, as Hetror is now the last remaining member of Optic, still alive, has managed to get his team at least into 10th, but he has Larson and Miracu right in front of him, and he's got the blue pushing right at his back. I think he's actually safe right now. Yes, he is.
I mean, the story of Hetror's survival as a solo player throughout game number 2 has been very interesting. He was right next to one of the members of Gen G, right in the road, probably just stopped. I don't know what he was doing. But, I mean, here it is. I mean, he's going to be pushed on by Welcome to South George, just hiding behind this vehicle in the prone position. Gaxi just looking around. They have no idea that Hetror is here. If Hetror has the right opportunity, he might be able to get a beautiful wipe on a Welcome to South George, but it won't be easy.
I wish he had nades right here. Looks like he's creeping. We're going to go ahead and take a look at him a little bit later. His Method is still finding themselves under fire. They all are 4 into this next circle, but they are in a wide open area as we return to Hetror. You see him still hiding out. He looked like he might have been wanting to make a move there, but he's just going to go ahead and lie prone as M19 manages to get 2 in. They're still getting a little bit pinned here by Tainted Minds. Tainted Minds have circle luck right now. They are going to be able to gatekeep M19 a little bit here as Hetror just snaking his way along.
Yeah, I mean, the story of survival of Hetror right now. We're going to continue to watch this, see what his plan is.
He's got a frag. He's got a grenade.
He can be so deadly with a frag grenade given how bunched up Welcome to South George is currently. But it looks like they're going to be rotating out of this position, looking over to their east, and this is going to give Hetror the opportunity to roll out from out of that truck. Miracu going to be taking some shots. Larson going to be taking some shots as well. It gets the knock on Larson. But unfortunately, the shots from Miracu came out and knocked out Hetror and Optic in 10th place. Navi eliminated in 9th place too, as teams are just dropping left and right. Actually, Optic got eliminated in 8th place, Navi right before them. So teams are just in engagement after engagement. No breaks from here on out.
No breaks at all as Welcome to South George not going to be able to get the res onto 1, so it's just going to be Gaxi and I believe Miracu are going to be staying alive for Welcome to South George. They do have a long way to go, but Knights preventing M19 from gatekeeping them very hard. You can see Constantine getting the knock onto Gaxi, but M19 actually getting a return shot here from Krama. So example going down. That's actually going to be it for Welcome to South George. Constantine with the final grenade to end their run in 7th place.
Yeah, what Hetror couldn't do, the other boys could do, and they wiped out Welcome to South George. But around the map now, 6 teams remaining, 19 players alive, almost 30 minutes into game number 2. I'm surprised that we've made it this far with this many players alive, Poro, but that only means these end circles are going to be even more chaotic. 19 players trying to vie for any type of square footage, any type of landmass inside of this final, or one of our final few circles. Phase 6 going to be finishing in about 15 seconds when that blue zone is done constricting. Tainted Minds, they've got 3 players alive, but Knights are the only team who have made it this far in game number 2 with all 4 of their squad.
Ooh, and Knights now wrapping around south. They actually lose one. Voxic going down as they're in the middle of their rotation. Constantine still has the ability to get a res on example here, but he's not going for it just yet. The new circle has popped. Constantine finds himself in for M19. Looks like he might be going for the res now, as Knights not pushing this any farther. They're down to 3, unfortunately losing 1 player in that rotation. Method still have 3 strong. You can see XQuest still alive, still 4 strong on the north side of this circle. They've been quiet, but they have been alive and they have been involved. So MVP, the last remaining, also alive on the northwest, and Tainted Minds still alive on the southeast.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, one of the important things to point out specifically in this circle, Poro, is that no teams are in the center area.
Nobody.
Everyone is riding the edge right now, and this is going to be interesting as the circle continues to shrink. Where are these guys going to find themselves? Because if you ride the edge, you're just going to get closer and closer to one another as it continues to shrink as we go into circle number 8 and then circle number 9. Method, though, trying to do something with what they are given here, trying to utilize this information. They got the knock on one of the members of Knights. Voxic went down to the gunshots from Method, but they only have 3 men strong. They've got to do something here. The numbers of players on enemy teams fairly even.
Absolutely. MVP looking like they have made their way into circle. Alfaka has found himself a home as the rest of his squad is going to go ahead and hop into vehicles and join him, as XQuest was trying to gatekeep him a little bit, but it's not going to happen, as M19 now finding themselves involved with Knights. Tainted Minds running right up onto Method. Subslayer is going to get the down. He's not going to get the kill, though, as Raffi protecting his squad mate. Extreme 2G also down. Juxi, the last remaining player up for Tainted Minds. What can he do here? As now XQuest is going to run right up onto MVP. Pain G, the last remaining player up, and that's going to be MVP going down. So XQuest with the full squad wipe onto Team MVP, and they have ownership of the northern part of this circle, as Juxi and Method is, I believe, in a 1v2 here. Molman still resable, but the Method wants to take care of Juxi here before they go for it.
Yeah, certainly. I mean, all of these teams playing edge, Poro, everyone was trying to ride the edge, trying to find a better position for this next circle, and it's just forcing all of these guys into engagement after engagement. Our AC going to be trying to pick up Moleman inside of that shack, probably going to have the cover to do so, but all around the map, sightlines are to be had from every enemy presence. Cobra going to be rolling up the hill. They've got AK down in the ditch, just kind of hiding out. M19, though, is going to be such a dominant force. We can see Constantine has already been putting up the kills in game number 2, but he and his teammate XMPL need to do something here. They got Texas rolling up on him. Juxi going to be dropped down to about 5% HP. The grenades are going to be coming on top of him as well. Looks like he's going to have some cover to work with.
Oh.
And this is going to be XQuest finding their own connections on the Method.
Getting in mid-jump. Zhaodu getting the down onto 8C as the frag is going to come out in return. Moleman still alive, can try to make his way over. Is that going to be close enough? No, it doesn't look like. Molman going to hold his ground right now by that shack. 8C going to get finished off by Zhaodu. The shots are coming out. Molman gets taken very, very low. Raffi just laying there prone, and that's going to be Method going out pretty easily there to XQuest.
Yeah, incredible shots right there coming out from Zhaodu. They have 8 kills to their name right now, trying to push this force further and further on into game number 2. Juxi able to stay alive somehow. I mean, he was dropped down so low, and so many threats were looking his direction, but the meds were off, and he's going to be able to recover off of that. Now looking in the direction of XQuest, just trying to see if he can get a quick drop on one of these members if they happen to rotate his direction.
Yeah, XQuest absolutely turning it on in this late game. They're still 4 strong. They played it a little bit quiet in the early part, but now that it's getting down to brass tacks, they are opening it up and they are turning it on, and they have finished. Just remember, this is our team that finished in first in game 1, and the way they finished was completely different than how they're playing right now. They managed to get first by staying alive and getting involved at the exact right moment. This time, it's by staying 4 strong and coming on and getting these kills late game when it matters most.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, they won game 1 with only 2 players, but this time they they have all 4, their entire squad to work with, and I'm so scared. If I'm one of the other teams on this map right now and I've seen the kill feed, I am worried about what these guys from XQuest are able to pull off. They're going to be the only 4-man strong squad left on the map. We can see 1 player for Knights, 1 player for Tainted Minds, and then, I mean, what do they do in this position? Pretty much they own the circle, and that grenade was cooked beautifully, landing right on top of Juxi, exploding in the air, putting out about 80% damage.
How did that not kill him? I'm not sure, but Juxi still alive right now as XQuest spreading out. They're not, you can see they're not playing this hyper aggressive though. They're waiting, they're using the ridge lines that they have. They're looking for vision, trying to get any information that they can get, but they don't want to risk putting themselves in silhouette, basically.
Yeah, no,
They don't want to give away a free kill for nothing.
Exactly. And here is our final circle. It will be shrinking now. The pressure is on. Who will be able to catch one another out first? It's already going to be M19 spotting out Texas, the solo player from Knights, putting out about 50% damage, but now M19 putting out some damage as well, going to be knocked out. It's just absolute chaos, Poro.
The knock from XQuest onto M19, and look at this there, not wasting time. They're pushing right up on it, but AK is going to go down to Juxi. Juxi going to get the return kill, though, and that is actually going to be it. XQuest, oh man, they split and they pushed that aggressively at just the right time, and that is 2 in a row for XQuest.
Yeah, they're putting up points on points, bro. They didn't walk away with just a first place either. They had a whopping 11 kills to add to that. I mean, so these guys are just racking up the points, trying to extend that lead on the leaderboards as far as possible. They're not wasting any time, and it's beautiful to see all 4 of them able to pull off this victory.
Absolutely. They managed to get all 4 to the late game. They were owning the north side of that circle. They got the kills that they needed when they needed to get them. 11 kills now instead of the 5 that they got from the first game. But also M19 managing to make it all the way and get second place here. So with 7, 8, 9 kills to M19. And in third place, Tainted Minds. We love seeing Oceania come to play, and they are finishing in third place. They're feeling great about things.
Yeah, I mean, they played beautifully. They had a bit of a tough game in game number 1, but they turned it completely around, able to get the third place here. I mean, Poro, it's really about, you know, what you're able to do in the bulk of the games. I mean, we've got so many different games to play over the course of 8 days, 4 days here for the qualifier stage, but these guys are going to have ample time to sort of make up for a bad game here or there, but you don't want to let it get too bad because you can't make up for, you know, a lot